Here we go! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into a best of 3 here in the Division A for the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, it will be the members of Brickhouse. We have got Zesty on the right wing, Shaborg on the Tychus, Ronan to play Sonya, Little Soul on the Diablo, and Tater to play Vala. Over on the right-hand side, we're going to be looking at the members of Pepegas on ice. We got Tom Gen on the Muradin, Bishop Mist to play Rhaegar, Sylphiria on the Li Ming, Raptor to play Sylvanas, and Torrens on the ETC. Let's go ahead and start our prediction. How many Q stacks for Vala by the end of the game? As I mentioned, she's going Puncturing Arrow at level 1. You get a stack per hit. Missed the first one. GG, well played. That is going to be, though, our gamble up and available if you'd like to take part in it. And we are here in our next best of 3 of the day. Still in Division A. Still in Division A. As we do, this is our home for the NGS season, pretty much. We've been doing a lot of Division A casting this season, which is all right. It's been a lot of really good games here in Division A that we've been able to see. Murden will go into 3rd win level 1 and be able to have that extra sustainability. ETC is looking at a Guitar Hero level 1. We'll probably see the synergy with that at level 7. And Zesty to just get a phase shift onto Little Soul. Get a little extra healing in there as well. Oh, wow, we got 10k to 6k. Nicely done, Shad. Stormbolt from Muradin. Zesty to be stunned for a moment, but no big deal. Sonya will do her best to heal up against this ETC, who seems to be doing absolutely fine in the solo lane right now. You usually say Tom Gen. Yeah, I was looking and I was like, it could be Tomgen. Tomgen! Tomgen! They'll watch this, Tom will watch this back and be like, finally, someone got it right! Probably not the case. Probably not the case whatsoever. But either way, in the bottom lane, it does continue to be a little bit of a back and forth between the two teams. Neither will find any sort of kill. There's going to be a little bit of poke here and there from the Li Ming. Back in the top lane, though, ETC is doing a fine job on his own. Doesn't look like he's threatened too much by the Sonya. She's going to be just hovering around that 50% mark, and we'll see how things... my apologies. That will be a Sylvanas going down the bottom lane. Tychus to achieve that kill. And probably a good handful of CC from the Brightwing Diablo combo. Alright, well, either way, with the kill to be achieved, little experience, as well as the camp to go over to the side of Brickhouse. Pepegas on ice will get their Sylvanas back into lane. We'll get our announcement of the objective phase in 2 seconds here. Whoa! Camp on both sides will be grabbed here as well, and this will be just pressure for top and bottom lane from the respective fallen shamans. Sonya now applying some pressure back into the CTC. And he is a speed metal level 4. Down in the bottom lane, the Muradin will fall, and that'll be the second kill over the side of Brickhouse. 6 stacks for the Vala already as Sylvanas rotates into the top lane, and Ronan will fall up here. The members of Pepegas on ice get their first kill of the game. Diablo will rotate up here. Try and clear out the fallen shaman as quickly as possible. Tater working on the objective, keeping that hatred up. And meanwhile, down over here, it is going to be Sylvanas ETC. Li Ming will clear out the camp, and the vast majority of that camp. Let the minion wave do most of the other work, and Li Ming will join into the race potential for this Immortal. Bishop Mist, I thought they were being zoned by the stun, but it looks like no. Bishop Mist is just going to chill and hang back for the time being. Immortals will go to race position here, and this is going to be Pepegas on ice running straight at the face of Brickhouse. Stormbolt from Muradin. Li Ming's Arcane Orb's coming through, but she's a little low on mana. Sees the flank from Sonya, needs to back away. ETC going in with a power slide. Li Ming tries to make something happen, but unfortunately it's going to be barbecue for dinner. ETC does go down. Diablo will be traded in the moment. Muradin to fall. It's a double kill for the side of Brickhouse, but it is still positionally looking good for the side of Pepegas on ice, who go right back into the race. Not a whole lot of mana on this Li Ming, though, unfortunately. Alright, Sonya slams, she jams, and that'll be the end of that objective phase. Going over to the side of Brickhouse. Over in the top lane, we have Alarian with 7 talent tier for the members of Brickhouse as well. But of course, Pepegas on ice, they'll be trailing a little bit behind, get their own level 7s as well. Diablo goes in for a shadow charge onto Sylvanas. That'll be met by a Stormbolt from Tom. Torrens looking to apply some pressure as well. Shadow Dagger, there's that level 7, the hammer on. Whoa! I looked down for a moment and Vala gets some explosive damage into the Rhaegar. He will fall. It's 5-2 in kills, and Brickhouse are absolutely dominating this map number 1 right now in the team fights. Yeah, they've lost a little here and there, but they win the objective phase. They get some good siege damage and take down the Rhaegar during this objective phasing as well, or the siege potential, excuse me. Top lane Fort gonna be on about a quarter of its HP, even less than that actually. Might even say down to a 1/6 of its HP, but it's very low for the time being and hasn't fallen yet. Let's cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what the damage, healing, and experience does look like here in map number 1 of our second best of 3 of the day. Vala chilling in the bush right now, Muradin just above as well. Hungering arrow to be thrown back, and Vala vaults away, looking for another one as well, but can't land it. Muradin steps out of the bush. Diablo has some counter CC into him. Tom needs to back away, gets a chain heal from Bishop Mist. And that'll be the end of that little skirmish in top lane. Sonya will work her way back into bottom. We don't have 10 talent tiers just yet. And actually, no, the fight will continue in top lane. Diablo initiates onto Tom right now. Sol is absolutely fine, and it's Tom who needs to dwarf toss away. Bishop messed with a chain heal earlier. He has some healing. I think he has the Earth Living Enchantment level 4, so some extra healing over time as well to targets below 50%. And seems like there's a call to rotate to bottom, but I don't know if Ronan's going to get caught out here. Well, Ronan, I think, sees the Muradin, knows that they got to back away. Stormbolt, yeah, but meh, it's the end of it. And with the mass rotation to bottom lane, this is going to be Brickhouse to take down the first structure of the game. Phase shift into bottom. Yeah, Zesty gets the phase shift down here onto Ronan. Little polymorph onto Torrens as well. Oh, Draken Laser Drill, Lightning Breath, Rain of Vengeance. I like the Draken Laser Drill for the race potential. Focusing Diodes level 20 if we get to that point is really, really good as well. We'll see the trade on the camps really quickly. Brightwing holding 10. Okay, she will pick up Blink Heal. And Sonya's thinking about Wrath of the Berserker, maybe? Nah, she's gonna go Leap. Disintegrate, Stage Dive, Wailing Arrow, Avatar, and Ancestor Healing. Nothing crazy out of the ordinary for Pepegas on ice. We're not gonna be seeing any sort of no playmakers, no haymakers. Brightwing gonna be able to get a couple blinks away. The Rain of Vengeance drop from the Vala as well. Disintegrate from this Li Ming is trying to get some sort of reset. Diablo answers back with a Lightning Breath Stage Dive from ETC, but he is very much on his own in this moment. Sonya still has Leap up and available. The Ancestor Healing will connect onto the ETC, and it's Diablo, the one who will fall in this engagement. Surprising, honestly, but it seems like Shaborg and a few others had to back away to get some extra HP tapping well. Looks like Brightwing might have had some mana as well. It might have actually been a regeneration globe, but either way, this is 10s on both sides, and things look great to Pepegas on ice here in the latter half of the game. Leap in from Sonya. That's not going to get the connection they're looking for. Brickhouse missing a couple connections on those abilities. Diablo has taken way too much damage. Tom pops the Avatar, but it's not enough to keep him alive as Sol gets the phase shift from Brightwing, and ETC clears out things in bottom lane. Li Ming is going to try and take down the Immortal with the last. She tried to get some magic missiles and disintegrate in there, but 273 HP remains, and I think they might actually be able to deny this. Diablo sees Raptor, immediately gets the Shadow Charge, and I can't believe it. Nicely done from Brickhouse. They deny the enemy team and Immortal, and this will be Alarian once again in the hands of Brickhouse down in the bottom lane, focusing onto an exposed fort. All right. 24 stacks, by the way, for the Vala, for those of you who are considering the gamble. The Immortal right now, let's check some stats really quickly. 1,284 damage into structures. Loses that tiny bit of shielding right now, and the autos will start into the fort. Li Ming trying to poke this down with the help of Sylvanas. Haunting Wave thrown back, but it's not going to be reactivated, and this will be the fort to go down. Another structure to fall in favor of Brickhouse. Sonya's got a leap available. I'm wondering if she's going to go aggressive for that, but not the case, and pressure does continue in bottom lane. ETC is up in the top. He does have Stage Dive, but it looks like he's just going to split Soak for that 13 talent tiers. It is 7-3 in kills, but oh. Will he get caught out? Nope. Okay. I was wondering if Sonya was going to try and use Leap as the Stage Dive was activating, because there is a little bit of a wind-up. There's a little bit of a wind-up for Stage Dive that you can kind of read. So if you get the Spear or Leap in, you could shut that down and maybe get some barbecue for lunch. God, that does sound really good, though. SOS, thank you for the tier 1 for 4 months. I'll resend your alert when we get out of game. Thank you very much for coming by and dropping that off. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Stormbolt into Diablo's face ends any sort of threat that he was imposing. Still 24 stacks for the Vala right now, as the ETC will clear things out in top lane. Tom's the target, and that's about it. He's just a target. A level lead still to the side of Brickhouse as they poke onto the bottom lane keep front gate. Sylvanas is soaking up things in top with the ETC. Bottom lane keep front gate will be completely opened up. Top lane still fairly healthy. In our next Immortal phase, we'll spawn the north-south positioning. Third one of the game. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a pretty decent day. Got some good sleep. I had 2 frozen burritos for dinner last night. They were pretty good. Took Bandit for a walk. Had a nice little engagement with a bear this morning. There was a bear when I was walking Bandit that was like 6 or so feet away from me. And then it started at one point trotting towards Bandit and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And then like it was weird because the bear was like, it almost seemed like the bear had something to say to me, and then was like, "No, that's stupid," and it just ran away. It was kind of cute, I'm not gonna lie. I say cute, some of you picture a giant, terrifying animal. You know, same. Either way, the leap in from Sonya will force out the Ancestor healing. Torrens a little low on the CTC. Stage Dive was available, but not able to activate it in time to get away from that critical damage. And that will be a kill into the cow. Muradin able to Dwarf Toss away, and it looks like this is Sylvanas activating her Haunting Wave to back away as well. The bear's name was Kevin and just wanted a hug. You know, actually, I have not named this bear because it's smaller than Simon, and it doesn't have a yellow tag like Simon has. So we have to name this bear. We'll have to name this bear. Tom is able to back away. The Haunting Wave out from Sylvanas once again. ETC Stage Dives right onto the Diablo, and that'll be met by a Spear of Sonya. But this is a Larian going into the top lane. Meanwhile, on the bottom, by the way, there was that Fallen Shaman and Catapult that is fixated onto the keep, and that will drop it down to about 50%. Yeah, it was, and you know what the funny thing, like I said this earlier, the funny thing about it all is that, like, my heart rate wasn't elevated. It was just kind of like, oh, it's a bear, and he's walking towards me. And I made some noise. Bandit was super chill the entire time. Bandit was like, what's going on? Big dog wants to come say hi. I don't know, it's like, I don't know, like, you're around it so much, you just remain calm, face the bear, make sure it walks away from you, and that's the end of that. You don't turn your back on predators. That's the tip of the day, chat. Don't turn your back on predators. Rain of Vengeance doesn't get the CC into Raptor, but the Ancestor healing will come through. The members of Pepegas the members of Brickhouse are looking to end the map right here and right now. Rhaegar does go down. The core shielding is dropped. The Draken Laser Drill to focus onto the core, and this is going to be map number 1 in our second best of 3 of the day, going over to the side of Brickhouse. GG, well played. Don't turn your back on predators. This is why I always die to mid lane keep. Yes. Those ever so sneaky mid lane keeps. They just pop out of nowhere. Brickhouse is kind of a goated team name. You know what's funny, Fluffy? I read kind of the first time, and then when you typed the correction, that's when I realized you wrote King. Welcome to my brain. I read the right thing. It's like I got ESPN. I just know what you guys want. All right, how many Q stacks for Vala? She had 39 or less. She had 27. And thank you again, SOS, for the tier 1.
You know this, then why do you serve him? Because he paid me a freaking fortune, you moron. You got paid?
Less than 3.
Thank you so much, SOS. I appreciate that. All right. Back at it again. Hope you're all having a great Sunday. Thanks for coming through. I'm excited to go to the grocery store after stream. I am excited to get some groceries today. Not that like I don't have any, but I just like it'll be nice to have more than 2 beers, a stick of butter, a thing of eggs, some chorizo, and like sour cream and stuff like that in the fridge. It'll be nice to have more than just condiments in my fridge. My fridge reminds me a lot of Edward Norton's fridge in Fight Club at the beginning. that's what it looks like right now. I'm also gonna make a pot of chili today. I'm so excited to make chili. I might even I usually make the chili and then eat it the next day, but I honestly might eat some today. Like chili just sounds so good today. And 2-year-old condiments at that. Hey now, the mustard is only a year old. And I don't eat mustard. So I told my dad, I was like, dude, Dad, the mustard's expired. He goes, does it smell okay? And I was like, I don't know, it's mustard. And he goes, that's probably fine. He ate it when he visited and he's fine. Granted, my dad's got the ironclad stomach and I did not get that. I got my mom's stomach, I got my dad's ADHD, I got my mom and dad's dyslexia. I didn't get any of the cool stuff. My brother and I both have male pattern baldness. My dad still has hair. He's 65. It's not like luscious and full, but he still grows hair in all the right places. Well, but Bahamut, it's on your mother's dad's or your mother's father. Well, my mother's father had great thick hair. Do you want to know what the issue is? America. Male pattern baldness comes from mom's genes. Well, everyone on my mom's side had great hair, so I don't know what to tell you, Fluffy. Mustard doesn't go bad, it just dries out. Is that true, Revolver? As long as it's not the fridge Tom Cruise gets the sandwich from in Minority Report. I have never seen Minority Report, to be honest. I have long dreadlocks and everyone on my mom's side is bald. So, it doesn't make sense! Is it true, though? I thought that was like an old wives' tale. Does hair come from mother's side? Is it real? One popular myth is that hair loss in men is passed down from the mother's side of the family, while hair loss in women is passed down from the father's side. However, the truth is that the genes for hair loss and hair loss itself are actually passed down from both sides of the family. Myth busted. Wait, hold on. Let's see, can I find something? There you go. Yeah, my dad's dad, my grandpa, he had male pattern baldness, so I probably got it from my grandfather. Unlucky because my dad and my mom's side are bald. You got dreads on your shoulder. I mean, and even then, like, there's stuff that skips generations and stuff like that as well. Like your grandfather or great grandfather could have had like luscious hair, and that's where it came down from. Because I've heard that as well, that like there are things that can skip generations and stuff like that. So, like I'm a moron and my brother's really smart. My brother's brilliant. Like, in all honesty, he's absolutely brilliant. He does stuff with robots. He does stuff with robots right now, and he's very, very good at it. Jamie is such a walrus. I love watching back some of the old Mythbusters because it's just Adam Savage constantly mocking Jamie Heineman. You do stuff with the robots too. Genes do be wild. Genes do be wild. What was it? We're about to get into this game. We're talking about random stuff really quickly. I saw there was a post. It was like how can a mother who has red hair and a father who has blonde hair, can they have like a daughter with like jet black hair? And it was like someone's wife or whatever was a geneticist, and they were like, no, that's not possible. And then like they showed the picture from The Incredibles. Because the daughter Incredibles has black hair, and the mother and father are like a ginger and blonde. So someone was like, "That's not possible. Someone's been cheating." All right. Shoot, I didn't make a prediction. What do we want to do for this? What is our prediction for this game? So I'm all over the place today. Thank you all for hanging around and chatting. Hey, there's a Laws of Hope Joanna. Let's go ahead and do Laws of Hope Joanna. How many regeneration globes? So, how many level 1 stacks for Joanna? It's a double soak map, kinda. It's Volskaya Foundry. Let's say 45 or more, 44 or less. Alright, we'll have a little gamble. Let's get into it. Oh, buttons. Buttons!
Commence combat preparations.
Incredible indeed. Indeed. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nexus Gaming Series Division A matchup between the members of Brickhouse versus Pepegas on Ice. On the side of Brickhouse, you have a Brightwing, Tychus, Joanna, Stitches, and Sylvanas. To the side of Pepegas on Ice, we're going to see a Gul'dan, an Anduin, ETC, Mephisto, and a Leoric. Let's go ahead and get our prediction going right now. Joanna's going to be going into Laws of Hope. She's going to be picking up regeneration globes throughout the map. As you can see right here, it's an uncapped quest. So technically, it is capped, but I don't think many Joannas will get 65,000 regeneration globes in a map. So there you go, the Pepega, The prediction is up and available if you would like to spend some channel points, share some channel points, put something on the line where your beliefs are. And we'll get into map number 2 here in our second best of 3 of the day. As a reminder, if you're watching here on Twitch, be sure to drop a follow. It costs $0 and it does support the stream, helps us out. We stream 6 days a week. And if you're over on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe, because as we grow the YouTube channel, we can eventually monetize it. And every little bit helps. Also, I believe liking videos does help metrics. Does help us grow metric-wise, and we get a little bit more discoverability on YouTube. So every little bit helps, and I appreciate what you all do for this community. All right, Ronan is going to be in the solo lane up against the Leoric, if that does sway your prediction by any means. Does not look like this Joanna will be in the double soak. I may have misguided you all a little bit on that. My apologies. Thank you, Lord Hakos. You're not trying hard enough if you can't get 65. Oh, is that what it is, Tessa? Oh, thank you. Okay, I didn't know. Sorry, my brain was just thinking about if you were at 65,000 and you pushed the button for Laws of Hope, would you heal so much that you wouldn't take damage? Because it's a percent of your max HP over 5 seconds. So, like, yeah. Sorry, my brain was thinking about just how ridiculous it could be. Pursuit of Flame, by the way, for the Gul'dan at level 1. This is a double mage composition for the side of Pepegas on Ice. Just want to point that out as well. We have a Mephisto and a Gul'dan. But I actually really like the setup for this so far. especially into Entomb from Leoric, I would really like to see a Reign of Chaos on the Gul'dan. Siege potential's good. You can drop it around the objective area. I also, because the other thing too is I think Horrify would be anti-synergistic with Durance of Hate. I expect it to be Durance of Hate, but you never know. It could be Consumed Soul. We'll have to see what does happen here. But right now, the Biotic Emitter will be contested between both teams. Tom's going to be turned into a crab, I do believe. Phase shift from Brightwing on to Tate, or the Sylvanas will be fine. The camp does go over to the side of Brickhouse. Now, if you're sitting at home wondering, you know, does it matter who gets the channel or who gets the full capture because you're getting the Biotic Emitter? It does. The reason being is camp experience. That is what you're actually achieving on top of getting this tool. So if you've ever wondered like, oh, we can give over the channel and grab the turret or the Biotic Emitter, you are giving over free experience to the enemy team because they captured that camp. So it's a little tidbit if you did not know. Nice wiggle from Gul'dan, avoids the hook, but I do believe this is going to be Anduin coming in time, getting the heal onto the Gul'dan, and in the answer, Ektar, the assassin on the Anduin, gets the chastise and will solidify a kill for the side of Pepegas on ice. 5% per 10 globes. Yes, 5% per 10 globes. And your base is 20. Your base is 20. So when you hit 10 stacks, you're at 25% of Joanna's maximum HP over 5 seconds. At least Hector has an excuse for not showing up this time. He's playing a game. Ektar was the one who even asked for this. He was in chat yesterday, like, was it yesterday or the day before? He was like, you know, you haven't done a Ghillie Shark game in a while. We haven't had many games casted from us. And I was like, all right, I'll cast some Division A. I was like, all right. He's not even here. Shame. Phase shift from the Brightwing onto this Stitches provides enough HP over to him. We do have that fortification camp buffed up by Sylvanas' Mercenary Queen. It is Mercenary Queen, sorry. I said it and it sounded wrong. Gul'dan is done with Pursuit of Flame level 1. I'm excited to see the Rampant Hellfire later on. That's a nice buff as well. Maybe we'll get some Fell Armor. I think it's Fell Armor 13, Rampant Hellfire 16, I do believe. Leoric, is he caught out here? Oh, are you you can't. Oh my god. What a read from Sol. Holy crap. That was like frame perfect. Beautifully done. 13 stacks, by the way, for the Joanna on her Laws of Hope, level 1. She's at 25% healing over 5 seconds. That is a huge fight to break out around the objective area. Sylvanas will be the one to go down first here. Ronan should fall as well. Some healing over time, but it won't be enough. The hook from the Stitches will not connect, and Joanna does fall as well as Sylvanas. The objective phase over to the side of Pepegas on ice. And how do they want to play this? Bottom lane? Well, they'll open up mid for sure. I'm partial to taking the first Striglov down to bottom. That's my go-to. By the way, it also is going to be Heroics over to the side of Pepegas on ice. So you'll have the Horrified, Light Bomb, Entomb, ETC's holding, and so is the Mephisto. I really feel like you should go Consume Soul, because, okay, it's going to be Durance of Hate. I just think that Horrified and Durance of Hate will be anti-synergistic. Of course, these are players in comms. They can communicate these things. It's not like Storm League where you're just trying to play off the initiation of some random people on the internet. I also like Reign of Chaos. It's good siege, it's good around the objective area. Deep Impact level 20 is funny and fun. But either way, Horrify was the pickup. It is a not stage dive, a Mosh Pit ETC. Over on the left-hand side or in this top lane, there is going to be the Horrified drops. That does save for a moment. No way! They don't get the kill. 10 HP! 10 HP! Tychus! Tychus gets the kill. Ektar is not going to be hooked by Sol right there, but it was very close. That's a level 13 hook that does connect at that 40% range increase. You thought the minions would block? I thought the exact same thing, but man, oh man, Sull on these hooks are really good. Sull on Stitches is something to be a little afraid of. If I was playing in Division A, that would be something I'd be cautious of in the future. By the way, it's a Mind Control Sylvanas, Bless Shield for the Joanna, Gorge Stitches as we saw, Blink Heals for the Brightwing, and Commandeer Odin on the Tychus. I do see the value of the Horrify. I don't want to take that away from the Gul'dan player. Not like, you took the wrong 10! I definitely see the value for the Horrify, especially against this enemy composition, but we'll have to see how it all works out in the end. How do Pepegas on Ice play this double mage composition? And will they be able to take a map off of Brickhouse, or is this going to be a 2-0? Still a ways to go here on our second map and our second best of 3 of the day. Well, nice wiggle away by Tom. ETC sharking around, floating around, looking for maybe a potential mosh target. What do they have for interrupts? Polymorph, Grenade, Mind Control, Bless Shield. There's actually a lot of tools to interrupt the mosh pit. I'm kind of surprised we went into mosh here. Honestly, though, if you do, if you just land a 5-member mosh, then Edzed Pedzed. There's no interrupt, right? Just land the 5-person mosh. Hook, Gorge, onto the Mephisto, etc. There's an Entomb from Leoric. That's going to lock a couple enemies in place. We do have the Mephisto able to jump out as well. Horrify from Gul'dan opens up a little bit of an opportunity. Zesty does not go down on the Brightwing somehow, some way. It's actually Leoric to follow the hook from Stitches. Will be good onto the Ghoulish Daniel. ETC drops a mosh pit, immediately interrupted. Light Bomb from the Anduin locks down 2 enemies as the Commandeer Odin will be summoned by Tychus, and I think that is the red light from the side of Pepegas on Ice, or I guess you could say that's the starting pistol to run away. 18 stacks for our Joanna on her level 1. And that is the increased hook range from Stitches, but he's not able to land the hook onto this Gul'dan, who was so very low. Sylvanas does not activate the Haunting Wave. Zesty will fall. Bishop Mist able to get that Lightning Nova value. Tater body blocked, and that will be a double kill. ETC goes down, but Barbecue... Bishop Mist, calm down.
Quadra kill.
You can't be upset about that. You can't be upset about trading ETC for 4 kills. Now, if your Ghoulish Daniel dies, you could be upset about that. Ektar being a good bud right there. Drops the fortification camp, so the tower shots would be focusing onto that rather than the Ghoulish Daniel. Phase shift from Brightwing. There was a hook that did connect. Sophia trying to poke here and there. By the way, will be Healthstone for the Gul'dan at level 13. Activate to gain 25% of Gul'dan's maximum health. Does Hunger for Power reduce the Healthstone? Because the verbiage says, reduces healing received from allies. Because it's, it's here as the Storm verbiage. Like, half the time it makes sense, half the time it doesn't. Well, that's not true, but you know what I mean. Hey, what's up, Forget What? Of course I'm online. It's Sunday. Why wouldn't I be online? The only day I'm not online is Mondays. Gul'dan just walked away. Menacingly! Hey, what's up, Patrick? Good to see you, bud. When does the bid for the painting close? I'll probably close this one at the end of October. I'll probably close this one at the end of October before I go on my vacation to Michigan. And then I'll ship it when I come back from Michigan. Okay, that way I can do all the communication. Oh, EGC drops a mosh onto 2 enemy here. Actually, it was 3 members were inside that mosh. Sylvanas activates the Will of the Forsaken. Torrens wants to get the mop up and won't be able to chase any further in. Sure to report Ektar for not only showing up for his cast, but for using Anduin's sword bug. I think I need to remove his mod ship. That way he can passive-aggressively come in here with his other account that's named, like, Unmodded Ektar or something like that.
Blue team has taken control of a protector.
I only ask because you have deployment money and bid for it. Exclamation bid 5. Actually, I got you right there. You are welcome to throw a bid in any time.
Destroy the fort.
I can actually show you guys the painting after this game because I have a beautiful scene set up for this. Bottom lane Leoric is going to be pushing things in. The top lane fort has fallen. The members of Pepegas on Ice will be able to back away with the Triglav Protector. You love that scene. I'm so proud of that scene. I'm so proud of what I made. It's the best, I know. I'm honestly so proud of that. Second best? Yeah, I guess first would be the giant bandit camera. Gorge into the mind control. They will find the kill into Mephisto. Shaborg is going to dash in, trying to use the grenade to pull Tom back towards the minigun. As the mid lane fort will go down, all outer layers of the defensive structures have been peeled away by the members of Pepegas on Ice. I still can't get over how good of a dog bandit is. Like this with the whole bear thing this morning. It's just wildly. He's so well behaved, chat. Like, god dang. Like we saw Coyote a couple days ago and he was off leash and he was just like, all right. Like I gave him the command to walk right next to me and that's all he did. He didn't try and run at it. He didn't growl. He didn't bark. He was just cool with it. Yeah. Brickhouse's forts are like ogres and like onions. But what about cake? Everybody loves cake. Level 20 is almost here for the side of Pepegas on Ice. There's that rampant Hellfire as I mentioned earlier. Fell Flame damage increased by 12% for 5 seconds when hitting an enemy hero, and it can stack up to 5 times. And if my caster math is correct, that is 6,000% extra damage. Give or take about 5,000 or so. Entomb with the Buried Alive catches the Brightwing. No, not like this. Not like this. We will see the Haunt at level 20 for Gul'dan. That is armor reduction as well as 1 second of increased duration on the Horrify status effect. And with the double kill in bottom lane, the members of Pepegas on Ice are going to go for a keep the hook onto Ektar. Little Sol gonna pull the Anduin away. Well, you trade your Anduin for a double kill and a keep. I think you're okay with that. What's up, Kala? Good to see you, bud. Happy Sunday to you. Do they make people cry? What, cakes? They can. You ever have such a delicious cake that you just cry? Yeah, absolutely. By the way, it's Hush level 16 for the Brightwing. We don't see it very often, but I just want to note that really quickly. It's going to be a silence on the center of the Arcane Flare hit. Usually you see the Dream Shot level 4 paired with this, so you get the extra range. It's easier to hit the Hush, but either way, 20 talent tier almost here for the side of Brickhouse. And things are looking a little rough for them in map number 2 in our best 3 series here. You missed Unity becoming Coyote food. You'll have to watch the VOD. You will have to watch the VOD. Also, these will be going up on YouTube. Right now, I think YouTube releases are the last little bit of the Ravencourt League. And then there's a bunch of NGS games, and then these ones go up after that. I think there's also a StarCraft 2 game that's up there as well. Oh my god! Gul'dan is going to try and trade into the Sylvanas. We'll be able to do so. It's so far a triple quadra kill. Ronan the lone defender, 32 regeneration globes, the power slide through, and that is a team kill. Domination from the side of Pepegas on Ice. They run to bottom lane and they're gonna take map number 2. But there's camps to get. Oh man, if this was Storm League, they'd be like, let's go get the Triglov. We can't end without the objective. There's no way we have enough damage with our double mage composition. Either a lie or filled with horse tranquilizers. What? The cake? What? I got the lie joke. Objective C is a guaranteed win. Stark, everyone knows that Objective C ends Volskaya Foundry. That is a fact of HGC. All right. The Joanna prediction is 44 or less. Joanna ended the game with 32 stacks. The joke is that Valve released a cake recipe and one of the ingredients. Oh, is it really? Because I got the cake as a lie. I was like, that's Portal, yeah. I didn't realize that I didn't know that. Forget what? That's news to me. Interesting. BRB gonna go shower. Okay, we'll wait for you, Tessa. All right, chat. We can't start the next game until Tesla's back. But I am going to run some ads really quickly. I'm going to get rid of some ads. Before we run some ads, this is what I want to show you. This is our bid page. If you would like to use !bid5 in chat, this is the painting that is up for bid. You can see Bandit's very excited. I'm very excited. And we will start the auctioning at $1 million. $1 million. All right, let's go ahead and run some ads. Let's get rid of those really quickly, and we will get, does the Baja Faye in the painting move? The what? What is this, a New York art gallery? Exactly. Does the Baja face in the painting move? No. It's just an image that I cut out the hole for the dude's face. Much like this one. Chat, if you think about it, chat, you could use your Prime Gaming. Think about it! I don't use that one very often. I actually haven't used that one in ages. All right, let's run those ads. I promised some ads. Let's get some ads out. Ah, that was delicious. Oh, forget what? I finally watched the shepherd's pie. I finally watched the shepherd's pie thingy. That was pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know if that's for me though. I really don't know. Don't know if I would like shepherd's pie. I like a lot of the ingredients. I like lamb. I like potatoes. I like both of those things. Is it worth making? It might be. It might be. It might be like something good to make in the winter or something like that. That seems like a really good winter meal. Seems like something that'd be very good. Like, go snowboarding, come home, reheat some shepherd's pie. You like it a lot better. Oh, pot pie is no. I don't care for pot pie. I don't care for pot pie. I don't like it's never been. Ugh. Pot pie to me looks like baby vomit. Shepherd's pie. I love lamb and I love potatoes. I'm in. He actually in the video, Stark, the guy actually Babish mentions. He goes, you can use beef instead of lamb, but that's a cottage pie. So I guess that's the difference is the meat that you put in there is what distinguishes it. I love lamb. Now, lamb is expensive, so we'll have to see how much that is. But, yeah. I definitely think, shepherds herd sheep after... Wait, what? I thought that was only Jesus. All right, we're waiting for ads to finish up, and then we're going to get going into our next stuff. Chat, what do I need from the grocery store? I have a few things already, but I'm gonna make chili tonight. I have pork, onion, like an onion for it. I'm probably gonna try and find a small onion. Can of diced tomatoes, beef broth, chili powder, because I don't have any. There's some other seasonings that I think I have all of those. I'm gonna double check after stream. I don't know if I want to do pinto beans, because the recipe that I looked up said kidney and pinto beans. I might just do 2 cans of kidney beans. Of course, a block of cheese. Of course, you need Fritos. But I already have, like, sour cream. I have hot sauces. Actually, I could buy more hot sauce, but it's so expensive. The green Cholula for the small bottle is, like, $5. And I'm like, that's so expensive, but it's so good. Of course, beer's on the list. Of course, beer's on the list. It got cold out, so you two made some sourdough bread. Ooh. You want to make chicken dumpling soup tonight? That sounds good. That sounds very good. You can get beef for $4.50 and lamb for $7.50. Dude, beef, the price per pound of beef just went up for us. It was $6.50, $6.70 or something like that per pound. When I went to the grocery store last week, because I was gonna buy taco stuff, it was like $7.50 per pound or something like that. Like, it almost went up $1. And I was like, dude, what the hell, man? Like, that's really fucking expensive. And it's not like I was getting anything fancy. This was the grocery store brand 80/20. It wasn't like I was getting, like, leaner meat. I was getting 80/20, 20% fat. That's what that means. Which is like the most generic, like, that's your run-of-the-mill ground beef. It's 80/20. That should be your cheapest beef. Oh my god. So luckily, when I went to the store, it was $2 off per thing of pork per pound, and each thing of pork was like almost $4. So I was like, oh, it's like buy one get one free. So when I go to the store after stream, if the price of pork is the same, I'm just gonna get pork for the chili instead of beef. You got beef with those prices? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Not super fancy. No. This is Rayleigh's. Rayleigh's is like a grocery store chain. I know it's out west. Like, I've seen it in Colorado. I've seen it in California. I don't think it's in, like, Michigan and stuff like that. I don't, like, in Michigan you have, like, Kroger. You don't have Farmer Jack's anymore. Kroger's probably actually the major chain in Michigan and stuff. Beef over pork. I agree. I like beef over pork, but I eat pork because the fattiness of beef usually gets to me a little bit. So pork is a little bit of a leaner meat, if I understand right. I just don't have digestion issues with pork, so I usually will lean into pork over beef for literally that. Shepherd's pie is also better with beef. Oh, that's a cottage pie. I personally would rather have lamb than beef. Like lamb, pork, beef, chicken. Chicken fights with beef, I think. Like, if I wanted spaghetti and meatballs, I would want beef for sure. But I would try lamb. All right, everyone. The ads are done. Let's go ahead and get ready let's get ourselves into map number 3. Sorry for the delay. I do apologize. Let's do another globe. Stacking. Let's do another globe stacking. So there is an Alexstrasza in this game, and she is going to go into the Circle of Life, which will spawn the regeneration globe. And there is a Stitches, so let's go ahead and do a Stitches globe thingy. God, sorry, I keep chugging down tea too much. How many level 1 stacks for Stitches? Stitches. Let's say 50 or more. I feel like that's very doable with an Alexstrasza, especially with that level 1. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into it. We are here in map number 3 in our second best of 3 of the day. Thank you all for joining me. Thanks for being here. I hope you're having a fantastically awesome Sunday. On the left-hand side, we have the members of Brickhouse. We'll see Zesty on the Alexstrasza, Shaborg to play the Tyrael, Dizzy Wingman on the Deathwing, Little Soul back on the Stitches, and Tater on the Mephisto. To the right-hand side of the map, we are going to be seeing Pepegas on ice, Tom on the Joanna, Syl to play Kael'thas, Torrens on the Samuro, Bishop Mist on the Falstad, and Nektar will play the Stukov. All right, as I said, there is a level 1 for Stitches, the Hungry for More. How many regeneration globes will Stitches pick up throughout the game? Now, as a reminder, Circle of Life was picked up by Alex Straza here on Garden of Terror. And after 15 regeneration globes, her abundance, every time she puts that giant circle down on the ground, she will spawn a globe as well. So that means that Stitches should be able to pick up a lot of globes here, at least in theory. Get your gambles in. You've got 1:30 from when you're hearing me talk about this to get your predictions in. You love the comp from Brickhouse. I do as well. I really would like to see Mephisto go for trait at 4 and 13. I really want Mephisto to go for the Spite and Hysteria talents because with the Alex Straza summoning this many globes, she should be, or Mephisto should be able to get a lot of value from the Alex Straza. A lot of cooldown reduction. And then, I mean, Tyrael and Stitches are both going globe quests and they're going to run around this map as a 4-man, or run around the bottom mid as a 4-man. Fun fact, by the way, Alex Straza is one of the few heroes in the game that can heal Deathwing. Because Deathwing can't be target healed, blah, blah, blah. But with this level 1, you can spawn a regeneration globe, and Deathwing can heal off from that. Also, I believe someone had mentioned this in the past, Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis can technically heal Deathwing as well if you use the heroic incorrectly. Yeah. Anyone else? I don't think anyone else. Nothing comes to mind. But yeah, Mal'Ganis can technically heal if he uses the Dark Conversion incorrectly. And Alex Straza spawns globes. I would say that Cottage Pie is good, but I like Lamb because gaminess... Yeah, no, I love Lamb personally. Lamb is one of my favorite... It's fancy meat, though. It's very fancy. Like, my dad has... Whenever he comes to, well, whenever my parents come to visit, he always does lamb chops, and God, those are amazing. All right, well, food not aside, we're going to continue talking about food throughout the day. 6 regeneration globes for Stitches, and that is going to be the level 4 for Mephisto, that's Spite, so we're halfway there. And if you're wondering what the excitement is about Spite, increase the regeneration globe healing duration by 150%. Every tick of regeneration globe healing activates Lord of Hatred, reducing basic ability cooldowns by 1 second. If you don't know what Lord of Hatred is, hitting enemy heroes with basic abilities reduces Mephisto's basic ability cooldown. Skull Missile and Shade of Mephisto grant 1.5 seconds of cooldown per hero hit, and Lightning Nova grants 0.3 seconds per hero hit. And the Hysteria adds in some extra values that we can talk about if that is the direction the Mephisto goes into. But the first seed will go over to the side of Pepegas on ice. Highlighted message. I don't want to talk about the game. I want to talk about food. What do you want to talk about? Bishop Mist barrel rolls in with that level 4. Zesty a little bit low. Bishop Mist can't get the kill. Zesty down to about 200 HP. Pops the Dragon Queen to get some extra healing out. And the Wind Buffet will push back one enemy. Stitches can't get far enough away from Kael'thas' flame. And that will be a cooked up abomination. We occasionally interrupt our food talk with game talk. That is true. That is true.
A seed has been planted. It will sprout before you know it.
By the way, yesterday the start, like, it wasn't super popular. I looked at the stats after the stream. Like, we didn't have, like, crazy viewership yesterday, but it was really fun to do the StarCraft 2 casting. And we do have other StarCraft 2 stuff to cast this month, so hope you all come by and check out those games. It'll be for some different leagues. Granted, of course, there is a Meta Madness qualifier on the 21st and 22nd, so I'll probably be casting those. Because Heroes of the Storm content, get viewership and blah, blah, blah. Also, are churros just Mexican funnel cake? Yes? Honestly, I've had, like, a couple churros in my life, and I don't think I've ever had funnel cake. I need to find some easy recipes. I mean, a bowl of cereal is really easy to make. You don't have to be a chef to make a bowl of cereal. Hook from Stitches goes out into the Joanna. Bishop missed, poking on the low side of this engagement on the left-hand side here. Samuro doing Samuro things in the bottom lane, by the way. It was a good day to cast, but like no Terran versus Terran games. Oh wait, yeah, literally. I was thinking about that this morning when I was walking Bandit. I was like, every game yesterday was TVT except for like, what, 4 or 5 games? We casted a few best of 3s, and there was only like, there was 1 Protoss in there. There was no Zerg, which was very sad. Made a few things you can cook: pasta, peas, tomato sauce. Nice. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of really good cooks out there. I mean, YouTube, as Forget What's saying, Babish is pretty good on YouTube. Alton Brown is always a recommendation from me. I think he's fantastic at explaining things, and he gets down to some of the scientific factors as well. Like why boiling pasta from, you know, cold water is good for certain ones because of the starches that release rather than dropping it into boiling water. So stuff like that. It's very interesting. Also, I would say look for stuff to cook that you enjoy eating. You like spaghetti and meatballs, look up a recipe for spaghetti and meatballs. That's what I did. I just try and cook things that I find interesting and then look for a recipe that seems simple enough. Well then, we have another seed over to the side of Pepegas on Ice. We'll go ahead and cycle through the other numbers as we have had the 10 Talonteers popping up at the top of the screen. It is going to be a Bladestorm Samuro, so not going to go for the micro portion of Samuro with his clones, but Bladestorm is a fairly low cooldown and allows you to wave clear quite quickly as well. Boiling pasta releases Stark TV. Who knew? Yes, yes. Stark is locked in pasta prison, and you have to save him by boiling some. Anyways, next seed's going to be in the bottom center of the map. This is going to be a Judgment Tyrael, Putrid Stitches, Durance of Fate on the Mephisto. We have a Bellowing Roar from the Deathwing. It pops up just above his cooldown for the Cataclysm. And a Judgment Tyrael. Also, Lifebinder on the Alexstrasza. Might have missed that. Speaking of Alexstrasza, she should be getting close to finishing out that level 1. Last I looked, she was at 12 or 13 stacks, so closer and closer to it. But does seem like this will be a contest over this objective area. And no Regeneration Globe spawn. Oh no, she is done. She is done with it. Never mind. I must have missed it. So she is spawning Regeneration Globe. I just completely missed it when she even spawned it right there. Hook onto Falstad. Cataclysm from Deathwing. Bellowing Roar to follow up as well. Doesn't get the push onto Kael'thas they're looking for, as the Phoenix is down from Kael'thas to zone back the enemy. That is a great Lifebinder coming out from Alexstrasza. She gets the Dragon Queen form out as well. Wind Buffet to push back the enemy. Samuro activates the Bladestorm, trying to find some sustained damage into the enemy. Torrent's very low here, chased down by Shaborg. Won't be getting the kill. The Gust from Falstad pushes back the enemy. And the engagement is now over. Neither team losing a member. Kael'thas picks up his 21st stack, or he gets 20 overall, and does have the activatable Arcane Barrier. 19 Regeneration Globes for Tyrael, and actually it's 20 Regeneration Globes for the Stitches right now. As Tyrael didn't get that extra one right there, but still it doesn't matter. 19 Ardent Defender stacks. Shaborg is going to get hit with a Gravity Lapse and does go down. 24, 23, no cooldown reduction from the trait as no enemy heroes were hit by the explosion. Zesty taking a whole lot of damage. The Lifebinder doesn't get the activation time in time, and Alexstrasza falls. And this will be Ektar with the channel on the objective. Oh, wait, delays. Gets delayed out by the Sky Drop, or the Sky Fall of Deathwing. Meanwhile, in mid lane, though, Samuro is pushing things up, and here come the Garden Terrors. In each lane, we have Falstad immediately flying top, and that will be Dizzy Wingman dropping down. Our Globals to move to top lane. Samuro already took down the mid lane fort, and bottom lane fort will fall as well. Pepegas on Ice with massive momentum here in map number 3. Welcome back, Tessa. Thanks for waiting for me to return before letting Brick get to level 10. You know, I was like, we'll wait for Tessa, and then I was like, Tessa doesn't need to see the first 10 levels. You can figure it all out, I believe. The top lane fort has gone down. All outer layers are removed by the side, from Brickhouse. Pepegas on ice. Really, really good aggression here in map number 3. Second best of 3 of the day, as Dizzy Wingman did tap well. It's a lot of healing over time. Gonna try and clear things out as Bishop Mist pokes out a little bit with those hammerings. Top lane pressure seems to be the call from Pepegas on ice, as a massive rotation will be achieved, or will be had by these members. Durance of 8 goes out from Mephisto, not gonna land onto anyone right there. 13 talent here, almost here, but it's 0-4 in kills, and with all the structures, all the siege, all the soak, this is gonna be a 2-level difference about for these two teams, as 13's about to roll through on the side of Brickhouse. He did it! Chat, he did it. So Hysteria. Why is this exciting? Well, of course, Alex Strauss is spawning globes, blah, blah, blah. So Lord of Hatred also reduces the cooldown of Mephisto's heroic ability. Mephisto is healed for 15% of his maximum HP or health and mana when he casts his heroic ability as well. Keep in mind, the duration is increased by 150% by the spite. Really cool synergies. Excited to see how this works out with the Alexstrasza. Durance of Hate is fairly spammable. Oh, they don't. Okay, they waited for the globe there really quickly, so just about everyone gets a bit of it. 34 stacks for the Stitches, 35 for the Stitches right now. So he's at 10% movement speed. When he picks up 3 more globes, he'll have 15% movement speed, because it's every 20 globes. Bellowing roar from the Deathwing. Ektar split from his allies. Gonna try and back away. Throws out a way to Pustule. Pushed into the wall by the wind buffet of this... Bishop missed! No! The gust pushes all the enemies right by the Stukov, and that is gonna be a kill into Stukov right there. Pepegas on ice will lose 2 members, and it seems like Mephisto and friends can clear things out. Remember when Gilly Shark first ran Spite Hysteria Circle of Life and NGS, we got reported by the mods for bug abuse? I remember casting that game. Yeah. Remember when some players came in here and tried to explain the results of a game in a series to me, and then pretended like that they weren't spoiling the results? and then they reported me to the NGS mods? I only found out I got reported because one of the mods was like, hey, we researched the thing that these players reported you about, and we find no, like, issues on your end. And I was like, what? Easy to say I don't cast any of those teams' games, nor do I cast that division anymore. Ugh, fuck around and find out, chat.
A new seed is set to sprout.
Yikes. For what purposes did they even try? I have no idea. Like, they came into stream and they were correcting me on, like, it was a best of 3 series and we were in map number 2, but they kept going like, this is map number 3 because this map was a forfeit and blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, like they were like explaining something that didn't need to be explained for the sake of explaining. I don't know, some people just need to feel like they're right, no matter how wrong they are. Well, while all this is happening, we have the top lane keep go down. Falstead also, I think, got the mid lane keep will fall during a lot of this. And Samura will be able to grab a... Oh, no, he won't be able to. Alex Strauss and friends are all around here, and there's no channel in time. Why would they even try and report? I have no idea. I don't know, but some people got egos, I guess. Oh, God. Your gambles and shambles. 51 regeneration globes for Stitches. 115% movement speed, unmounted. Has chat never played EU? That is just a normal day for them. What?
Prepare to gather it.
Blind hook goes out, looking for an enemy. Can't find anyone. Picks up another globe. Just another globe. 5 more regeneration globes and Stitches will have 120% movement speed. Dizzy Wingman drops a Earth Shatter and backs away from Torrens in the bottom lane. Was it the losing team? I honestly don't even remember, dude. I don't even remember. It was just the like the dumbest argument, and I to this day still don't understand it, but whatever. Oh, they're stopping the backs. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, y'all gotta be careful. You can't keep chasing this fight. No. Tom's actually getting a lot of delays on this. Little Sol gets the Hearth out, and the core loses some shielding. Sorry about that. Mephisto will be picked off. 50-second death timer on that. Hook goes out from Sol, doesn't get the connection they're looking for. Earth Shatter down from this Death Wing. Putrid Bile activated, and I think that's more of a disengage to get the movement speed and back away. It's 20 talent here as well. Storm Shield. We actually have the epic mount for Falstad. Dizzy Wingman goes in for the Cataclysm in front of the core to try and push back the enemy. Earth Shatter out once again. Samuro's on the core right now. He'll probably swap to a clone and continue the pressure as he's able to get the Sakuchi little short distance teleport. The core is starting to drop here, getting chunked rapidly. Gus from the Falstad pushes back a few enemies. Samuro back on core right now. And this is looking like a game number 3. We'll go over to Pepegas on ice. GG, well played. Alrighty, how many regeneration globes for Stitches? He had 50 or more. Nice, 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 nice.